Good evening. I am the narrator, and welcome to my parlor. Tonight's topic is The Woman on Horseback, an analysis. In my last video, I analyzed one of my and two of my father's experiences. I discussed whether they, and experiences in general, may be symbolic. I think some may be, but I don't think all are. Again, there seem to be different types of entities with different agendas and intentions. Tonight I'm going to discuss the woman on the horse and the feeling my father felt in the woods a year or so later. If the listener forgets or hasn't heard, we saw the woman on the horse in summer 1996. We had been fishing and it was sunset. We had caught nothing, so decided to go. So we went to our truck, turned, and saw a woman in British fox hunting clothes astride a black horse. She stared sternly like we were intruders, like we weren't to be there. We turned and entered our truck, then looked back and they were gone. We didn't hear steps as they approached or as they left. They just seemed to have vanished into thin air. Again, this was northern Wisconsin, not Britain. No one in the area owns a horse. There are no stables or trails one could walk on. Who or what was she? Why did she so stare at us? The paranormal is said to be connected to liminal times and spaces. This was sunset and in a clearing, where the woods ended and the road began. Even in our activity was liminal. We had stopped fishing and were leaving the spot. I don't know the link, if anyone does, but it's worth considering. Certain entities are said to be territorial or attached to certain spaces. A stock explanation would be she was the ghost of someone who once owned or often visited the land, but this is too much like the basis of a horror film. Moreover, her clothes. While Wisconsin was a British possession for a while, very few Brits were in the area during its formative years, and I highly doubt any British aristocrats came with horses. I doubt this entity was ever human. She seems more like a phantom stranger. Oddly, her horse looked magnificent. Its coat was solid black, bright and shiny, as if it had just been groomed. If it had just been walking through the forest, it would be messy and dirty. This is like the men in Black's clothes and hats, very clean and creased as if straight from the laundry. It's like their claws, slick and shiny, without one scratch or dent, despite being decades-old models. Maybe she and her horse were two separate entities, or maybe the same in two. Then her clothes. Again, as with Men in Black and Black-Eyed Kids, there seems a fondness for old, out-of-place styles. I have a theory. The U.S. is a former British colony. To many Americans, upper-class Brits stand for cultural and intellectual superiority. Maybe the entity knew and was trying to invoke this, suggesting a grasp of our culture and psychology. Again, this echoes earlier videos. Many entities are said to look down on humans, hence they're not wanting us there. The garb may reflect this. If so, this is a paradox, as the clothes are products of human culture. Note that she showed similar traits to Men in Black and BEKs, but very different intentions. They seek to interact with us. She sought the opposite. The next episode. Again, this was a year or so later, on a summer weeknight. My father was fishing alone at McClintock Park. Gradually, he began to feel a presence, like he was being watched, and resented. He grew unnerved and left. Again, the time was liminal, sunset. Again, the spot itself was. The stream is at the base of the hill from the parking lot. The vibe was very similar to the first, only this time nothing appeared. Maybe it was the same entity, or one of the same group. If so, why didn't it appear this time? Note that wooden bridges stand all over the park. The whole of it can be seen as liminal. Why were we so unwelcome? I doubt they saw us as a threat. Obviously we're not. We don't even know what they are. We wouldn't even know they exist if they hadn't appeared. Did they just dislike humans on principle? If so, they'd have reason. Again, I doubt these episodes were symbolic. I can't think of a message besides, we dislike you. As always, if you've any similar experiences or insights and would like to share them on my channel, feel free to email me at tparish1@new.rr.com.